Welcome back to the garage, viewers on the internet. Now that we've got this running and I'm pretty happy with the mixture and the idle speed that we've got, and if you haven't seen the video on this yet, please check it out on the channel. So first start on this one, we're going to be having a little, oh hello Ernie, you alright buddy? Got my little co-pilot, he's sitting in the garage with me. Anyway, now we've had that up and running, it's time to look at the gearbox before I get it back in the car. So this is the box that came with it, came out of the car. It's working fine. One day I will swap it for the synchro box, but for the minute I'm not going to bother. What I am going to do, however, is not only just clean this up, but as you can see here, the gaiters on the drive shafts have very much seen better days. I think just about sums it up. That one is completely missing. Even all of the sort of self-amalgamating electrical tape that I put on to try and seal the gap has torn and come off. So these need to be replaced, and it just so happens that, as luck would have it, the drive shafts on this from the 500R are identical, and I have some much nicer looking gaiters there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these off and I'm going to pop them onto the other gearbox and make it so that it doesn't leak oil anymore. And his lordship over here is not going to help at all. Oh, there we go, we've now got the much better non-holy gaiters on, so that should help keep the gearbox oil inside the gearbox. I've scraped out the years of dried up axle grease in there, given these end joints a little paint it black and put it back, and that's now ready to have grease packed in it and reinstalled. In terms of the body casing of the gearbox, I could spend forever cleaning that, but it's never going to be seen, so I'll just give it a little bit more of a brush over with the wire brush, scrape off some of the rust proofing that it's been applying to itself slowly over time, and then we'll be ready to pop that back in. Now, two ways of doing this. I could do it as it came out, so connect that to the bell housing, install the starter, and try and put the entire thing back in one go. Problem with that is that we have to raise the back of the car so super high, and I really don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that gearbox transaxle back in the car, get it all connected up, and then I'm going to connect the engine to it. So let's just jump over to the car and we'll see what little mods might need to be done to the engine bay first of all. In fact, before I do that, let's just have a little look at the throttle arrangement here. So the throttle arrangement on here is a throttle cable that comes down like that. It's a completely different setup to what's already in the car, so I'm going to have to crimp together the original cable and this to make this work. And being a bike carb, it also doesn't have a separate choke. It's got a manual enrichment, which is fine when you're sitting on a bike and you can just reach down and pull up and push that down, but it means I'm going to have to warm it up before I go anywhere, which is going to be quite irritating. So a couple of problems in the car itself. Number one being this over here, because the size of the new exhaust, that little cutout there is not quite big enough, so I'm going to need to measure up. I've got some photos off my mate Toto, who's fitted that exact same exhaust in his car, of how much of that I need to cut away. Not really structural, so it doesn't really matter. That's the original throttle cable that's going to need to be crimped to the new one, because I don't fancy building, sorry, beg your pardon, that's the throttle cable, that's the choke, which is going to be not needed anymore. I'm going to crimp those two together because I don't want to build my own custom one, at least not at the moment anyway. And I may, although I may not, have some issues with clearance on the tailpipe and here. I think I might need to just notch this pinch weld if I'm lucky, and not have to cut out a section of that. But again, when the engine gets back in the car, we will see. So a very quick update there on doing a little bit of work to that gearbox, but looking forward to getting this back in the car now. And the next time you see that engine, oh, beg your pardon, next time you see that engine and that car, it should be together. Okay guys, see you in a while.